Hey everybody, I'm Coach Brick.
Hey guys, welcome back to our Lego Creator Pirate Roller Coaster set number 31084. This is part 4 of Act 1. Let's get into it. Okay, last time we left off on step 21, that's page 15. And we had built this platform piece, we just extended it with this huge plate out the side. And now in step 21, we're going to grab a couple gray pieces, okay? In the dark gray, you want to grab two of these half arches. They actually, I'm sorry, that's brown. That's dark brown. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Not that one. There's a couple different kinds of arches. Let's see. Okay, you want to grab this arch. So it only has 2 steps. So make sure you don't confuse it with this one. We don't want that larger one. Now, when you have 2 of those, and then you need a light gray 1x4 double high arch, and a dark gray bead, single dark gray bead. You're going to put these in a row here. So where this vent is, let's start out with one of these half arches. It's going to go on the second row of studs, right behind that bead, right in here, and it's going to hang out off the edge like that. Okay, and then let's put one of our gray arches. We actually need 2 of those arches, so I'm gonna grab one before. Then the half arch, the brown half arch, is gonna go right in line with that, hanging off the same direction. Then our light gray arch, and then right in front of one of the posts of that arch, you're gonna stick that dark gray bead. Now, go on to 22. In the call-out box, it shows that we're gonna grab. These are, it's like a 4x4 plate with a rounded edge, or kind of like a quarter circle piece in tan. You get 2 of those, put them end to end, and then you also need 2 of these 2x2 round plates and 1 dark gray 2x2 wedge block. And what's going to happen is this wedge block is going to go, the end of studs on the thin edge of the wedge is going to go right here on the back corner of the flat edge of those, where those 2 meet. And then these round pieces are also going to stick off halfway, side by side, next to that dark gray block. Then this whole thing is going to come over here, and this corner of this half moon piece is going to be right in front of this dark gray bead. Okay, so line it up there, and then clip these guys in place. Okay. Now in step 23, we need another one of those dark brown small half arches. And then we also need a dark brown 2x4 block. And we need a light gray 2x4 block. And a tan 2x4 plate. Okay, the tan 2x4 plate, we're going to put it over here. It's going to line up. Half of its studs are going to go right in line with this other plate, and half of them are going to hang out the back here. Now, this half arch is going to go on next to this light gray arch in line, just like the same pattern as these other ones. And then behind this dark gray wedge piece, we're going to put a light gray block like that, centered. And then this one is going to go perpendicular to that, and right out the back, right there. Then go on to step 24. We need another one of those dark gray 2x4 blocks with a wedge. 2x2 block, sorry, 2x2 block with a wedge. And we also need another light gray 2x4 block. Where are you, dude? I can't put it too much on block. There it is. Alright, then we also need a dark brown, one of these sculpted 1x2 blocks. And let's see, the 1x2 is going to go off to the left-hand side of this dark gray piece lined up at the back. Then this light gray block is going to go wedged into this corner in between these those two blocks, like that. Make sure there's still one row of studs off the end here. And get this other wedge, it's going to go off the back so that the end studs of these are lined up and the wedge is coming off the side. 25. Grab 2 of these light gray 1x4 blocks. And a light gray single square block. And you're going to put the single square block off the, let's see, oops, the left-hand side on top of that dark gray wedge. And then these are going to go next to that single square block in a line up here like that vertically. And this one is going to be hanging off the back, one stud hanging off the back, okay? And then in step 26, we need a dark gray 1x2 double high wedge, and also another regular 1x2 wedge block, single high this time, and another light gray 2x4 block. And what we're going to do with these is this light gray block is going to span across from this dark gray piece to this dark brown piece, and then the larger wedge is going to go in the back here across that dark brown and light gray, and it's going to be sliding off towards the edge here. Then this smaller wedge is going to fit into this little gap right there next to that other dark gray, and it's going to be sliding down the same direction. Now, step 27. Grab one of these light gray it's kind of like it's like a 2x3 but with a side wedge cut out of it, like that. And I believe, let's see, there is one and a right hand facing one. So make sure you get the left hand facing one so that when you stick this into this little corner here, that the wedge is pointing out this way, okay? Then also grab another light gray single square block and put it on top of that gray wedge right up against the larger dark gray wedge, okay? So should look like that. And then on to 28. And 28, we want to get 2 dark gray 2x2 block undercut wedges. And then there's also this sculpted 1x2 block, and then 2 light gray 1x4 blocks, and a dark brown 2x2 tile, or I mean plate, sorry, plate. And then the plate is going to go on top of the undercut wedge, at least one of them, and then this is going to go, let's see, it's going to go right here behind this half arch, and it's going to span the gap, span between those two, and the wedge, the undercut wedge, is going to face the inside. And then we're going to take this sculpted block and put it next to that undercut block on top of this light gray arch, and then put one of our 1x4 blocks across those next ones, and then one of these dark gray undercut blocks, but facing the opposite direction of this other one, right there. And then this last 1x4 will span from this half arch, the dark brown half arch, and onto these other 2 gray pieces. Okay, like that. Now, 29, we need 2 more dark gray 2x2 undercut blocks, and we need another dark gray 1x2 sculpted block. And these are going to go across this piece here, okay? So we're going to put on an undercut wedge first, with the undercut facing this side out, obviously, because it only has 2 anti-studs. And then the sculpted block, and then the other one is facing the same direction, right there along that long light gray block. Then in step 30, we want 2 of these dark brown 2x2 round blocks, and we're going to stack them on top of each other. And they're going to go over here in front of this dark gray wedge. Okay, right there. And then we also need a dark gray bead. That's going to go off to the left-hand side of that kind of stump shape that we made. And we can go to step 31. And we're going to need a dark brown 2x4 block. And we're also going to need 2 of these tall, it's like a 3 tall 1x2 block in brown with this undercut wedge, a really tall undercut wedge. So get a hold of those pieces. And then this 2x4 block is going to span from this light gray piece over onto that dark brown stump. And then these tall undercut pieces are going to go, one is going to go off to the side here next to that bead, like that, sticking off to the left. And the other one is going to go off the front right, the front left, and facing down, okay? So let me give you a better angle of that. You see that a little better? Like that. And then let's go to step 32. You know what? Step 32 is a good place to stop. So join me next time, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be back with part 5 in our next video. Please give us a like and subscribe. Show your support. You can also support us on Patreon. That would really help. It would be amazing, guys. And thank you. We'll see you next time.